Chapter 1. Ashes of Tragedy begins. The classroom buzzed with the usual chatter of a Monday morning. Sunlight streamed through the windows, dust motes dancing lazily in the golden beams. Laughter and gossip filled the air, mostly from the loud cluster of jocks and cheerleaders bragging about their weekend. But in the far corner, near the back row, Paulo sat with his chin resting against his palm, his eyes half closed in his usual nonchalant way. His desk was stacked neatly with books, and beside him sat Alexis Smith, his best friend from middle school, who was already spinning his pencil and smirking at the chaos around them. And then there was Ava Ramani. Ava, the girl everyone whispered about, the perfect golden girl of Keiko High. Long, fluffy blonde hair shimmered as though sunlight adored her more than anyone else. Her ocean blue eyes had that magnetic pull, her school blazer crisp yet stylish over her short skirt, her every move loud yet somehow delicate. Ava was the kind of girl that owned the room just by breathing. But instead of clinging to the loud jocks like usual, she slipped quietly, well, as quietly as Ava could manage towards Paulo's desk. Her heart raced. She could not stand it anymore. She needed him. Without hesitation, Ava dropped her bag beside his chair and slid into the empty seat next to him, practically pressing her shoulder against his. Ava then whispers to Paulo, but not very quietly, Paulo, let me sit here today, okay? Do not push me away." Alexis raised an eyebrow, grinning mischievously. Alexis, while smirking and next to Paulo, said, Well, looks like the queen herself has found a new throne." Ava shot him a glare, her cheeks pink. "Shut it, Alexis. I do not need your commentary." Paulo sighed softly, glancing sideways at her. His calm, quiet gaze lingered on her flushed face, then drifted back toward the blackboard as if nothing unusual was happening. "Do what you want, Ava." That one line, simple, soft, and accepting, made Ava's chest explode with butterflies. Her heart pounded so hard it hurt. Ava grinning, almost tearing up. You are too sweet, Paulo. Do you even know what you do to me?" She leaned closer, her fluffy hair brushing his cheek. Some of the classmates nearby began whispering, eyes widening. Ava, the girl every boy wanted, was practically glued to the quiet boy in the corner. The jocks scoffed from across the room, random jock muttering, "What the hell's she doing with him? That guy, he is not even." But Ava did not care, not anymore. She clung to Paulo's arm, hugging it like her lifeline. Ava whispering fast, desperately, "I do not care if they stare, I do not care if they talk, Paulo. I only care about you. Do you hear me? You are mine. Paulo blinked slowly, his lips tugging into the faintest smile. He knew about her BPD, about the way her emotions crashed like tidal waves. He had seen her loud, seen her vulnerable, and instead of pulling away, he stayed. Paulo then, with a gentle and soft tone, said, "I hear you, Ava. I am not going anywhere." That single sentence broke her. She buried her face against his shoulder, laughing through the tears that threatened to spill. Ava then said, "Stop saying stuff like that. I will never let you go if you keep being like this. Never, Paulo." Seiya Yamamoto and Tsuki Ishikawa entered the room just then, stopping in their tracks when they saw the scene. Seiya half smirking, whispering to Tsuki, "Looks like our girl's finally snapped. She is really doing it in front of everyone." Tsuki, grinning, said, "Honestly, about time. She has been obsessed for weeks. Poor Paulo, though, she is about to strangle his soul." Alexis leaned over his desk, smirking even wider. "You know, Paulo, for someone who claims to be nonchalant, you are letting the most popular girl in school attach herself like a barnacle. Should I be jealous?" Paulo shot him a calm, unreadable glance. "Don't be ridiculous." Ava pouted instantly, clinging tighter. "Do not listen to him. Alexis, you are just jealous because Paulo's mine now. He is mine, and I will scream it in the middle of this classroom if I have to." The class went silent for a second. Dozens of eyes turned. Ava's voice had carried, echoing with dramatic flair. Paulo rubbed the bridge of his nose, exhaling, but there was no annoyance in his expression, only quiet acceptance. "Ava." Ava turning to the whole class, shouting, "Yes, I love Paulo, so what? I love him 1,000 times more than anyone could ever love anyone else. Laugh if you want, whisper if you want, I do not care." Her voice cracked with raw emotion, her cheeks flushed, her eyes burning with tears. And then, quieter, trembling only for him. "Do not leave me, Paulo, promise me. Promise me you will never leave." Paulo turned his head slowly, meeting her desperate blue eyes with his steady brown ones. The corner of his mouth curved just slightly. Paulo whispering back, "I am not going anywhere, Ava. You are safe with me." The classroom buzzed again, the whispers erupting into chaos, but to Ava it all disappeared. All she could hear was him. All she could feel was his quiet warmth. And in that moment, Ava knew she did not just like Paulo, she wanted him forever. She wanted him as her husband, her obsession, her love, her everything. Her grip on his arm tightened, her voice low and trembling. "Then I will never let you go, ever. Paulo, you are already mine." 2 hours later, the rooftop of Keiko High was calm, with a soft breeze carrying the smell of warm rice and curry from the cafeteria. The sun hung bright in the sky, the view stretching over the city below. Paulo leaned against the railing, chewing calmly on his sandwich, his eyes half-lidded as though nothing in the world could disturb his peace. Alexis sprawled out on the ground, unwrapping his bento with dramatic flair. "Ah, freedom! Finally, away from the screaming fanboys and girls. Seriously, if I had to listen to another first-year brag about their basketball stats, I would jump off this roof." Saya sat neatly, poking at her rice with chopsticks. Saya smiling slyly. "Or maybe you're just jealous because Ava ignored you in class and glued herself to Paulo." Suki chuckled, sipping from her juice box. "Honestly, it was wild. Ava declaring her love in front of everyone. That girl does not hold back." Paulo chewed slowly, not even looking you. "She is honest. That is just Ava." Alexis smirked, raising his brows at Paulo. "Honest, huh? She is obsessed with you, man. And you do not even flinch. You are like a saint or a robot, I cannot tell which." Paulo shrugged. "She needs me, so I will stay." The girls froze for a second at his blunt words. Saya and Suki exchanged a glance, while Alexis nearly choked on his food. "Bro, do you even hear yourself? That is basically a confession." But Paulo only sipped his drink, unfazed. Downstairs, Ava had stormed into the cafeteria, tray in hand. Her eyes scanning desperately. No Paulo, no Alexis, no sign of him anywhere. Her heart started to pound in panic. Where is he? Why isn't he here? Did he leave me? Did he ditch me already? Her phone was in her hand before she even realized. She opened Saya's chat and started typing. Ava's messages to Saya while being rapid fire. "Saya, where are you? Is Paulo with you? Don't hide from me, I know you're with him. Tell me now. If Paulo's eating without me, I'll die. Saya, please answer, I'm going insane. I can't breathe without knowing where he is." She hit send repeatedly, her hands shaking, her mind spiraling. "He said he would not leave me. He promised. He promised, back to the rooftop." Saya's phone buzzed violently on the ground. The screen lit up with a flood of notifications, Ava's name filling the display. Saya blinked, holding it up. Guys, Ava's kind of spamming me." Suki leaned over, eyes wide as she counted the messages. "That's 23 texts in the last minute. Holy hell, she is gonna climb the walls." Alexis burst out laughing, clutching his stomach. "She is actually losing it. Paulo, you have created a monster. A beautiful, terrifying monster." Paulo's eyes shifted toward Saya's phone. His calm expression did not change, but his hand tightened slightly around the drink can. "She's scared." Saya hesitated, then tilted her head. "So, do you want me to tell her where we are? Because if I do not, she might actually raid the school looking for you." Suki grinned wickedly. "I kind of want to see that. Imagine Ava storming the rooftop door like a hurricane." Alexis laughing. "Bro, she'd kick it open with fireworks behind her." Paulo set down his can, sighing quietly. "Just tell her. I do not want her to cry." Saya nodded, typing back a simple message. "We are on the rooftop, come up." The moment Ava saw Saya's reply, her eyes lit up like a starburst. Rooftop, he is there, he did not leave me, he did not leave. Her legs moved before her brain did, bolting out of the cafeteria, tray abandoned, almost knocking over 2 first-year students in her rush. Her hair whipped behind her like golden fire as she tore through the hallways, her heart slamming in her chest. Ava panting, whispering to herself, "Paulo, Paulo, wait for me, I am coming." The rooftop door slammed open so hard it echoed like thunder. Bang! Everyone froze mid-bite. Alexis nearly dropped his chopsticks. Saya's jaw fell open. Suki whispered, "Oh my God." And there she was, Ava. Her fluffy blonde hair whipped wildly in the breeze, her blazer slightly undone from her sprint, her cheeks flushed pink from running, her blue eyes burning. She looked less like a schoolgirl and more like a storm given human form. She spotted Paulo instantly standing calm and steady near the railing, sipping his drink like nothing was happening. Ava shouting, almost trembling, "Paulo." She bolted forward, her shoes clattering against the rooftop floor. Without hesitation, she threw herself against him, wrapping her arms around his torso, burying her face into his chest like he was the only thing keeping her alive. Ava breathless, desperate. Why didn't you tell me where you were? I thought you left me. You said you would not, Paulo, you promised." Paulo blinked slowly, his drink still in one hand. He set it down quietly on the railing before placing his other hand gently on Ava's back. Paulo soft, steady. "I did not leave you, Ava. I was just eating lunch." Ava sniffling, clutching tighter. But what if you had? What if you disappeared and I could not find you? My chest was breaking, Paulo. I could not breathe. I thought I was going to die without you. Her words poured out, unfiltered, raw, her whole body trembling against him. The rooftop went dead silent except for the rush of wind and her choked voice. Saya and Suki exchanged worried glances. Alexis raised his brows, halfway between amused and slightly unnerved. Alexis muttering to Saya, "Man, she is feral. He has got to be some kind of wizard to keep her calm." Saya elbowed him hard. "Shut up. Can't you see she is serious? She is crying." Indeed, Ava's tears were starting to spill, dampening Paulo's uniform. "Promise me again, Paulo. Say it again. Say you will never leave me. Please, I need to hear it. I need it, or I will break." Paulo lowered his gaze, his brown eyes soft but unwavering. He placed his hand on the back of her head, guiding her gently against his chest. "I promise. I'm not going anywhere, Ava. Not now, not ever." Her sob turned into a half-laugh, half-cry, her whole body sagging against him in relief. "God, you do not understand how much I love you. It is insane, Paulo. It is too much. It is you times 1,000. You are everything." Suki softly, to Saya, "This is like watching a drama series." Saya murmuring back, "Except it is real and way scarier." Alexis finally chuckled, scratching the back of his neck. "Well, Paulo, congrats. You are officially the center of a soap opera." But Paulo ignored them all, focusing only on Ava. He tilted her chin up gently so she would look at him, his voice calm but firm. "Ava, breathe, I am here. You do not have to chase me, I will stay with you." Her breath hitched, her tears slowing as she stared at him, eyes wide and glistening. Then, without thinking, she grabbed his collar and pressed her forehead against his, trembling. "If you ever lie to me about that, I will never forgive you, because you are already my husband in my heart." The rooftop crew froze. Saya's jaw dropped, Suki spat her juice, and Alexis let out the loudest laugh yet. "Huh, husband? Already? Man, Paulo, you have skipped like 10 levels of dadding." But Ava did not care. She did not even hear him. All that existed for her was Paulo, his warmth, his promise, his quietness that steadied her storm. And Paulo, he did not flinch, did not laugh, did not correct her. He simply rested his forehead back against hers, closing his eyes. "If that's what you want, Ava." Her heart exploded. Her tears turned into the brightest smile she had ever worn, pure and trembling. Yes, that is what I want. You are mine forever, Paulo. You are already my everything." And in that chaotic rooftop lunch, With their friends gawking, laughing, and whispering, Ava's world finally felt whole again because he had not let go. The day after the rooftop lunch, the entire school was buzzing. Whispers followed Paulo through the hallways, heads turned, students smirked or glared. Random student one whispered, "Did you hear? Paulo's using Ava like he is just letting her cling because she is popular. He does not even like her back." Another student, No, I heard it is worse. He is manipulating her and pretending to care because of her condition." The rumors twisted with every mouth they passed. Some said Paulo was playing Ava. Others claimed he was cold-blooded and heartless. And because Ava was the center of the school's spotlight, Paulo suddenly became a target. By lunchtime, the rumor had spread like wildfire. Even Saya and Suki heard it from other students. Saya frowning. This is not good. Whoever started this knew exactly where to hurt him. Suki serious for once. And if Ava hears this rumor the wrong way? But Ava had already heard. And when she found Paulo by the vending machines, her hands were shaking. Ava desperate, cornering him. "Paulo, tell me it is not true. Tell me you are not using me, that you actually mean it when you say you will not leave me." Paulo looked at her steadily, his voice quiet but certain. "I told you before, Ava, I am not leaving you. Do not let their words poison you." But Ava was trembling. Her love for him was multiplied by 1,000, and so was her fear. That evening, Paulo returned home. His younger sister, Hana, a soft-spoken first year at Keiko High, sat at the kitchen table. Her eyes were red and swollen. Hana voice cracking. "Paulo, is it true? Did you really trick Ava?" Paulo froze. His chest tightened. He had not realized the rumors had reached her. Paulo softly, kneeling by her. "No, Hana, I would never do something like that, you know me." But Hana shook her head, tears streaming. They were saying such cruel things at school. That my brother's a monster. I tried to defend you, but they would not stop laughing." She covered her face with her hands, trembling. Paulo's quiet expression did not change, but inside, something cracked. The next day, disaster struck. Hana did not come home after school. Hours later, Paulo received the call. His little sister had been found collapsed near the riverbank, her phone still clutched in her hand, messages full of bullying and harassment from classmates. She had not survived. When Paulo walked into class the next morning, silence fell. The rumors had already spread. "Paulo's sister, she's dead." Ava saw him enter, his face calm as always, but his eyes empty, darker than she had ever seen. He walked slowly to his desk, sat down, and said nothing. Her heart shattered. She stood, trembling, and stormed across the room, grabbing his hand with both of hers. Ava screaming through tears. Who did this? Who started this rumor? The whole class flinched. Ava's voice was raw, her blue eyes wild with rage and grief. Ava clinging to Paulo. Look at what you have done to him. Look at what you have stolen. His sister is gone because of your lies, your stupid, ugly lies. If I find out who started this. She broke down, collapsing against Paulo's chest, sobbing so hard her body shook. But Paulo only wrapped an arm around her shoulders, his voice quiet, almost eerily calm. Do not waste your anger on them, Ava. It will not bring her back. Ava screaming, hitting his chest. No, Paulo, you cannot just let them get away with this. I will burn this whole school down if I have to. I will make them all pay. Her voice echoed in the silent room, her grief twisting into fury. But Paulo simply held her tighter, his hand gently stroking her hair. His calmness felt unshakable, but his eyes told a different story, eyes that had lost something he could never get back. I couldn't protect her. Ava froze, her tears halting for just a moment. She looked up at him, her heart breaking in ways she could not even describe. Then I will protect you, Paulo. Even if it kills me, I will never let anyone hurt you again. And in that vow, Ava's love, already obsessive, hardened into something darker, sharper, and more dangerous. The days after Hana's death were hell. Rumors did not stop. If anything, they grew crueler. Students whispered Paulo was cursed, that anyone close to him dies. Every hallway he walked down was filled with stares. Every whisper clawed at his silence. Even Alexis, his loud, carefree best friend, tried to pull him back. Alexis grabbing his shoulder one afternoon. "Bro, you cannot keep bottling this. Just talk to me, all right? You do not have to carry this alone." Paulo looked at him, calm as ever, but his eyes were hollow. "You do not understand, Alexis. I could not protect her. And now Ava's drowning in me too." And then he walked away. The sky burned orange, the wind sharp and cold. Paulo stood at the edge of the rooftop, staring down at the world below. His blazer fluttered like wings in the breeze. In his pocket, his phone buzzed, Ava's name flashing again and again. Dozens of messages. Ava's messages which are unread. "Paulo, where are you? I'm scared, don't shut me out. Please come back to me, please, please, please. I'll die without you, don't leave me, Paulo." Paulo closed his eyes. "Hana, I am sorry. Ava, forgive me." And then he stepped forward off the roof. The sound echoed through the campus like thunder. Students screamed. Chaos erupted below as Paulo's body hit the ground, still and unmoving. Someone shouted his name. Teachers rushed forward. But in that instant, Ava arrived, her hair wild, her eyes wide with terror. Ava screaming, voice breaking. "Paulo." She collapsed to her knees beside him, shaking his body violently, her tears pouring onto his face. Ava sobbing, hysterical. No, wake up, Paulo. You cannot do this to me, you PROMISED. You said you would never leave me. You lied, Paulo." Her voice was raw, echoing across the courtyard. Students stood frozen in horror as Ava clung to him, screaming like her soul was being ripped apart. Ava screaming at the sky. "Give him back. Give him back to me. He is mine. He is my everything. You cannot take him." Teachers tried to pull her away, but she fought like a wild animal, clawing, thrashing, desperate to stay by his side. Ava breaking down, whispering against his chest. "Then I will follow you. I will follow you wherever you go. If you are gone, I will go too." The school was silent for days. Students whispered, but no one dared say Paulo's name too loudly. The rumors that had once spread like wildfire now turned to ash, drowned out by guilt. Alexis never cracked another joke. Saya and Suki cried quietly together, holding hands. And Ava was no longer the bright, loud, perfect girl. She became a ghost, wandering the halls with dead eyes, still wearing Paulo's school tie around her wrist like a shackle. Every night, she sat on the rooftop where he fell, staring at the edge. Ava softly to herself. "Wait for me, Paulo, I am coming soon. You are still mine. You will always be mine." Her smile was broken, her tears endless, but her love, multiplied by 1,000, burned hotter than ever, even in the ashes of tragedy. But soon, the ashes of tragedy will become reality. I am glad you stayed up until this part, but I got to tell you that this book has a community Discord server, and it gives updates on chapters and questions about the book.